Hi guys, I'm going to try and do a scrapbook process video. The layout is titled Progress Not Perfection, and I'm using the January 2015 This Must Be the Place Scraptastic Club kit. And here I'm showing you that I am just trimming some of the edges of this Maggie Holmes paper from the Open Book collection. And I had previously splattered some Heidi Swapp Gold Shine Mist with it. So I'm actually backing this paper with a cardstock sheet that came in the kit. I also edged the paper with the Quick Dry Fluid Chalk ink by Prima in Blossom Tree, and it came as a freebie in the kit. And the angle is weird because I tried to do this on my camera, on my brand new camera with the tripod, but the angle wasn't working, so I just used my iPhone. So my iPhone is on top of the camera. And just showing you here that I'm going to use some of the Studio G elements in like chipboard elements. I had already backed. Oh, I used some of the photo corners. I used the DCVW stack that I show here. It's the vellum pack, and I used the gold foiled hearts vellum. And I also used a sheet of the Maggie Holmes 6x6 paper. And I'm going to show you here as well where I got it from. I think this was a flea market collection. And to the right, underneath the tripod, are all the elements that I'm going to be using. I had loosely set it out to show you what the layout was going to look like, and so I had already pre-planned the page, but so I had an idea of what I wanted to do. And the whole idea behind this layout is that I was going to write some of my goals for the year of 2015. The reason why is because I saw a bunch of ladies at the beginning. I did this layout in January, so mid-January. So I kept seeing a bunch of ladies on YouTube, on Facebook, the Victoria Marie Facebook group, and Nicole Jones group. I am following both of those groups. I saw a couple of ladies make New Year's resolutions pages, and I'm not really good with resolutions or goals or anything, so I gave myself some so that I can keep up with them. And I was really inspired by these ladies making these pages, and so hopefully this will help me stay a little more accountable. So I'm not calling them resolutions per se, but more like goals for this year, which is essentially the same thing. But I think just the fact that if I call them resolutions, I know they're not going to get done. But anyway, I digress. I'm showing you here that I'm using a Heidi Swapp tag, and the reason why I used it mainly was to cover up my wine glass. I took this picture on New Year's, and so the wine had nothing to do with the resolutions. So I used this tag, and edged it with the chalk ink, and I also sprayed it with a blush color, I think it was. So I used that. I did use doilies that I was given from Tuesday Hubbard. She sent me a rack with a bunch of doilies because I had never used them to scrap with until I received them from her. This is that heart that I used is a burlap heart. And I pulled off it has a cardboard backing, but I didn't know that I needed to use with it. It came off, and because I thought it was adhesive, but it wasn't. So I just took it off, and I figured I'd use that other heart for something else later. That that heart flare, also came from the one of the Heidi Swap box sets that she sold over Christmas this year, and I'm using some elements that are from my stash, of course, like the tags, the craft tags, and those, you can't tell that they're polka dot, but they're pink polka dot tags, and those are from the dollar spot at Target. Here I'm just crossing out the elements that came in the pack so that I know what I've used already. I figured it'd be an easy way to keep track of what I have in the embellishments. I did use up most of my January Scraptastic kit, and the rest of the embellishments that I didn't use from that Maggie Holmes open book collection vellum pieces pack, I don't know, I put into the collection itself. I bought the collection off of Scrapbook Steals or Scrap. It's not Scrapbook Steals, it's another one. It's like a deal of the day also. But the Maggie Holmes open book collection was also put in that one, and so I used that collection itself. I used the butterflies from the Scraptastic Kit Club. So most of the stuff is, unless I've already mentioned that it's from my stash, is from the kit itself. So I'm just laying out everything and making sure that that's where I want it. I think at this point I felt like the picture was too far up. So I tried to scooch everything down just a smooch. So I'm using the iMovie app that comes on my MacBook, and it hasn't stopped. Usually the application would kick me out, and I did an update. Oh, excuse me. I did an update, and it looks like it's working now, so it hasn't kicked me out. So I'm crossing my fingers that I'll be able to finish with this voiceover. And let's see here. At this point, I think I can read you I just wanted to document my story, and my intention of buying these scrapbook kits, this was my first kit, the January one. My intention was that I wanted to use these kits, but also incorporate some of my stash with it. And so I finished this kit completely, but I've been using my stash as well. And it's also kind of propelled me into making some more of my own layouts, which I'm really excited about, because one of the goals that I wanted to do on this, one of the goals that I set out for myself to do, is to at least make 100 layouts, which I've never kept track of. I just kind of randomly make layouts here and there, but I don't think that I actively said, oh, I'm going to make so many layouts in a year. So this is the first year that I'm actually keeping track. I think I've started scrapbooking since 2006 or so. When I started dating when I had been dating my husband for a few years. And I wasn't like a really active scrapbooker either. It was something that I would do once in a while. Here I'm putting a teacup because one of my resolutions goals is that I would like to drink more water every day. And I'm generally really good about drinking water. We don't drink soda, or I don't drink juice. So I carry around a 32-ounce bottle of water with me here in the house. So that's what I do. Of course, I also wrote that wanted to get healthier and wanted to lose about 80 pounds at least this year, which I haven't really worked on, but it's there and it's a constant reminder. And so now that the weather is getting warmer, my I have a treadmill out in the garage and it was just way too cold. And of course, I'm probably making it an excuse, but now that it's warmer, I'm gonna try and get back on there and improve my distance versus time. So what that was another goal of mine. Another one was to recommit. I wear the Fitbit and I've been doing pretty lousy, and my goal is to at least get to the 10,000 steps a day. Um, but I would when I first got it, I was doing it religiously, and it was getting to 15,000, 20,000 steps a day. So I'm gonna try and do that. I wanted to organize and keep up with our new house. We've been living here for a year, and it's still not happy with how it is. And read at least 12 books, so one book a month, which I've gloriously and hilariously and so miserably failed at that, because I'm kind of reading 3 books at the same time. And use more of my scrapbook stash and spend less, make 100 layouts this year. So those are my goals. And this is um, this is where I'm writing them out, and I have them written. I put those elements staggering on the tags because I want to put numbers on them so that I can put into detail what I want on my layout. So I'm pretty much reading everything out at this point. I had done this layout in real time, and so I'm talking as I'm recording, but that was like an hour-long video, and I'm sure everybody just wants to see the gist of it. And when I tried to do the voiceover, it was kicking me out. So it's finally done the update, and it's not kicked me out yet, so I'm really excited about that. The sequins are some turquoise sequins, and then I bring in some gold sequins, and they're from the Teresa Collins Studio Gold. So those didn't come in the kit; those are from my stash. And that's it, you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I didn't put the journaling in there, but I'm glad I told you about it. So have a great day. Bye.